Hi everyone, Charlie here. Not made a video for a few days. Kind of analyzing and looking at my work over the last 10 years, and to be honest, I just can't do the same kind of videos I've been doing either many years ago or more recently. Some bits of good news, a lot of my, I find myself falling back into the same patterns, the same thought and speech and performance patterns of wanting to impress, of wanting to, perform to the gallery, and I get ashamed of myself. And I think, like a lot of YouTubers or polemicists or whatever, you fall into this thing of, oh, this will be great for my audience, oh, they'll love this one, oh, I need to show this one, this will impress them. And you become no better than newspapers or media, trying to, create drama, to get bums on seats, to get viewers, to get ad revenue. And you corrupt yourself in your desire to, perform to the gallery, to keep them happy. I often give off this aura, this energy that the world is this war, this game, and there's people trying to take advantage and so forth. And that's true on a certain level, but it pales to insignificance compared to the real truth, I guess. Real truth too. What's that saying when you just slam words together, a word salad, meaningless? But there is a love, there is a power, there is a compassion that makes everything else just look like small details on the surface. Let's say love and compassion is the sun. The small problems that we have every day would be, I guess, a solar wind coming off it. It's not as big. When all three of my children were born, and little Isaac's having a very interesting position sleep there. It's about midday. This is his first nap time. He likes a good nap. And I was like, is that comfortable, Isaac? When all three of my kids were born, I cried like crazy. And my son Leonidas was born in Salford Royal Hospital in 2012. And midwife was, yeah, whatever, congratulations, happy daddy. When Maya Leela was born, it was a home birth, and again, bawled my eyes out at the sheer beauty of it. It was overwhelming. And when little Isaac was born, again, I cried like crazy. And I think it unsettled the midwife a bit, because, to me, it was obvious why I was crying. Here is literally the most perfect human being on earth. Perfection itself, and I'm not worthy. But the midwife, she goes, "Why are you crying? Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. It's my kid is perfect." And in her mind, when she asked me, like, "Are you okay?" it kind of ruined the spell a tiny bit. I'm like, she conveyed to me that she thought my crying was out of sadness or unhappiness, and it was obvious I was overwhelmed by the beauty of my children. And so this is in a way a confession. I am overwhelmed every day. It is too much. It's too perfect. especially 10 years ago, and also nowadays, giving this image, this idea, this warrior spirit. Let's change this, let's change that. But we don't want to say the quiet truth, is that the world is perfect. We don't want to admit it. We don't want to hold that mirror up and say that the world's perfect. Because what does that say about us? It means that we're imperfect. We need to change our lives. We need to put more effort in. We need to stop acting like victims and feeling sorry for ourselves. It's so much easier to blame the world. Look at those evil soldiers. Look at those evil police. Look at these evil people. Look at my evil ex-wife. Look at my betraying brother. These aren't personal to me. I'm just giving you examples. Like, look at my uncaring parents, or look at my spoilt children. We blame everything except our own deficiencies, We want other people to pick up the pieces for us. We want an easy narrative of good versus evil, and we're the good guys, and look at those evil police or evil countries or what have you. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. I mean, I think for me, third time round, first time, wow, second time, whoa, actually starting to notice something. And third time, when Isaac was born, it was like a voice inside saying, the world is perfect. It is 100% perfect. It's perfect in its perfection. It's infinite perfection. It cannot be improved. It's stunning. It's glory. And for all I complain about, or all I moan about, all I get pissed off about, the greatest act can lead to the greatest reward, I guess. And, love leads to babies. I know you're all, people say, no, fuck you, sex, and it doesn't need to be love, but real love can lead to babies as well. And if literally the most perfect thing I've ever seen or felt can appear in front of me, my baby, then how is the world evil? How is the world oppressing me? How is the world oppressing anyone? We each have the chance to change our lives. No matter where you are, you can change it. It's just change your attitude. And so my channel now, not going to pretend there's a big war going on, not going to antagonize or get upset. Of course, there's imperfections on the surface level, but the essence of our experience is 100% perfect. Even the imperfections are part of the perfection. So this video, I'm going to stop crying like a fucking idiot for a bit, and I just want to show you a few clips which have moved me, emotional clips. So please enjoy.
God, I've tried so hard. I just belong to some other age, I guess. Humans don't communicate anymore, or they gibber and jabber about stuff that doesn't matter, and then they send a text message and never communicate with anybody about anything of substance. It's spiritual death. And then I just come to the realization, out of trillions of worlds, we're going to probably die. And everything we did as a species and all of our beauty and all of our goodness will just fail. And we're going to go down the tubes because a bunch of inbred child molesters in Hollywood had some psychotic dream that they wanted to kill everybody. Humanity just has to fall. Civilization has to fall. It just has to go down. And it's going to go down too. And I just have been a fool trying to prop it up. It's just at a certain point, you're like, God Almighty, this is what death looks like. This is what laziness looks like. No one has the instinct or the will to execute anything real. They only execute failure. I want to be loved by CNN even though I don't watch it. We have total illegal censorship going on. We have them bragging about it. We have them dead to rights. No one will attack. No one wants to do it. Never took action when all the tools were right there in our hands because we weren't meant to. We couldn't do it. We didn't want it.
Observation does not reveal man's conflicting emotions or the causes, but man has emotional limits, and these affect his attitude toward his work. With loss of love, he becomes depressed or hostile. With too much love, with overprotection, he becomes too dependent and lacks confidence. He needs some recognition, reward, status. Otherwise, he becomes frustrated, indifferent, or an exhibitionist. But with too much recognition, he can become self-centered and egotistical. He needs restraint. With too little, he may become self-indulgent, careless. With too much restraint, he may become frustrated and uncooperative. He needs challenge or he may get bored. But if the challenges are too great, he may lose confidence and give up. He needs stimulation. With too little, he loses interest. And with too much, he gets confused, saturated. And after periods of stimulation, he needs psychological rest and relaxation. The normal, well-balanced man is a composite of these emotions in varying degrees. But isolate him from all interests and stimuli, as occur in some situations today, and even the well-balanced man will create fantasies. He needs knowledge. Without it, he may develop anxiety and fear of the unknown. But with too much knowledge, he may get over-involved and lose perspective, put too much importance on details. It's most important that he have an accurate picture of himself, a self-concept that's real. When this picture of himself is distorted, when he thinks of himself as more or less than he is in psychological trouble. Sometimes this image of himself is so far from reality that we must say the man is mentally ill. These more extreme cases may result in either excesses of complete withdrawal or in attempts to bolster his image by overconfidence, or by fits of great hostility and rage, or even by self-destructive acts and suicide. Fortunately, these abnormal deficiencies are rare. Most emotional disturbances lead only to inefficiency. But when psychological limits are violated over a long period of time, they can contribute as inevitably as any other violation, physical or psychological, to catastrophe.
I got a lot of people that care about me, and it's going to disappoint them to hear that I did this. I would like to apologize to each and every one of them. Just a broken guy. Got a few screws loose, I guess. Never really knew it until now.
That is not a drone. What the hell? Holy shit. Oh my god. What is happening right now?
It's a fucking Alaska Airlines Q400. What the fuck is he doing over here?
Nah, I told you I don't want to hear no one. I just want you to whisper sweet nothings into my ear.